Yeah, an unfortunate trend in the end in conceding the goal to drop a couple points, but I think it was probably fair when you look at the way that game played out. Credit to Atlanta. They put us under a lot of pressure, certainly in the first half. When we were careless with the ball, some dangerous players that have the ability to attack 1v1, to get in the box. I thought we asked a lot of our defenders and Roman with too many of those moments where our lack of composure and just being careless on the ball didn't allow us to really move forward as a group in a more connected way. And so, the game was open at times, which is, good on one end because it allowed us some time to, some space to attack them. But on the other side, I think there's too much quality on their side with their team to be defending like that. So probably a fair result based on how we performed.
What did you see from Matt tonight in his first start with the team?
I thought Matt was strong. In the air, did a really solid job. I think the moments where Alvaro was defending wider and then the ball got into the box, I thought he defended the box very well in terms of closing and blocking crosses, and cutback balls. He read those plays really well to not allow balls to get into the box in the front of the goal. So, you could see even taking him out at 65, I think he probably could have gone longer, but with, the week that he's had and fitness, we wanted to just be smart about that. So I thought it was a strong performance.
With that goal tonight, Brandon became the first ever in club history to score in 4 consecutive games. It's his 15th of the season. Just thoughts, feelings about that?
It's what we've seen from Brandon for quite some time, so I don't think it's anything new. It's him finding ways to run in the box to get on the end of, balls in behind, crosses. He's timed it well, and he's done a good job of finishing off plays.
Pat, you guys came back with a pretty solid response from the first 20 minutes.
Right.
What do you think was key to that?
I think, we capitalized on a turnover on our first goal, so I think the execution in that quick transition moment was really good. Capitalized on a set piece where, Jeff in the second phase of that gets on the end of the ball that gets, into the back post and, just does a good job to get it on. I don't know if it's on frame or in front of goal for Brenner to finish it off, but it was certainly a good response. To be able to go into the break up a goal based on our performance, that was the positive, because I don't think we were strong in the first half.
What did you make then of the second half performance?
I think too similar to the first half. I think there was stretches where we had composure to advance the ball in a more meaningful way and a more disciplined way, but I just think right now, because we have attacking quality and ways to score goals quickly, we rush some of our attacks in ways where we turn the ball over and we can't get our back line, we can't get our wing backs in advanced positions, can't get Junior and Obi more connected. So when the ball turns over and plays break down, they're able to press higher up the field. I think too many times we have to retreat because of that disconnect. So we just need to manage the tempo in a more meaningful way.
Did you have a strong feeling? I know it's tough to talk about this stuff with us publicly, but did you have a strong sense one way or the other about Atlanta's second goal, whether that was off or not?
The response we got when asked about why that wasn't reviewed is because, let me make sure I get the words right. It was most likely onside. So most likely now means that we just don't even look at it. If it's most likely, that's good enough. Just to hear those words and not have a play reviewed, and those are the words from the head official, most likely. To hear that and not have the play reviewed is indicative of where we're at with these type of moments in our league. And we talk about it too much. And you know what? If they look at it and they say onsides, so be it. But to hear that response and then say, we're not going to look at it with it most likely not 100% most likely being onside. That says it all.
So I feel like when VAR was introduced, the criteria was fairly clear and straightforward when it was introduced to this league. At this point, what is your sense of the criteria that warrants an on-field video review? Do you have any idea?
I have no idea. I have no idea anymore what's reviewed, what's not, why it is, why it isn't. You still have humans looking at these plays and not being able to properly assess them based on hearing those words most likely. Again, if he was on sides and they look at it, no problem. But to say most likely and then not review it says it all. So there's still human error, and there's still guys that can't analyze and assess these plays to get more of them correct. And that's across the league. It happened again to us tonight, but we're not the only ones. It's a problem league-wide.
I was just curious, was that what they told you in that moment, or I saw Chris went over?
It was what was communicated to one of our staff members, that it was most likely.
So, yeah, do you mind just a follow-up on that, Pat? Like I said, I mean, do you agree that when this was introduced to this league, that it, like the criteria was clear and obvious, like to use their phrasing? How is it deteriorated?
I wish I had
in this
an answer.
fashion.
I don't have an answer. I think I'm one of many that wonder why we have to talk about this so frequently, because we just can't get it right.
What was the reaction of the players after this game? I know you had mentioned just how important it is to get a home win. Yeah. This was a chance to push Atlanta further down the table, create a little separation. Just what's the response? And I guess just looking ahead, what's the significance?
As expected, disappointment. Regardless of how we played, we were still in a position late in the game to take 3 points, and we weren't able to do that. So they're disappointed.
Was there what did you see was the big difference tonight compared to a week ago? It just looked like you guys came out, looked like a completely different team.
I think they have, certainly, again, credit to Atlanta. They have a lot of quality with the ball and how they move the ball and how they're able to get creative players in danger spots to attack you. So this isn't just our inability to do something. That's a good team with good players and a good coach. And so they need credit. But I also thought, and I'll go back to a previous answer, we just need to do a better job of controlling the tempo of games, where we go too fast without the numbers to do it at times, and then we become disconnected. If we can do it in a more connected way, I think we can still create chances with the players that we have on the field, with the attacking quality we have on the field. It's just managing the tempo in a more efficient way. And so I think that was the difference from Philly to tonight, was how we controlled the tempo, or weren't able to control the tempo.
I just had a question about Brenner's goal, because it seems like he's been working on those headers. Is that an area you see him improving? I know that's not necessarily his strong suit, but are you seeing that area of his game improving?
Not necessarily in terms of working on it. I just think he's a smart player and understands how to position himself to score goals. In tonight's game, he gets on the end of that redirect and then has a chance there late with a well-timed header. I just think that's his ability to time, balls from wide areas and find good spots in the box to finish off plays. Good. Thank you.
Thanks. Good? Okay, sorry. How'd your debut feel? Not the result.
Yeah, unfortunately we didn't get the 3 points, but there's obviously a lot of positives to take from the game, and also points where we can improve on and learn from. So obviously going into this upcoming week, we'll be analyzing the things we can improve on and taking the positives and building on them. But my debut was fantastic in terms of playing in front of the fans in the stadium. The support I got was wonderful, and I'm very pleased to be here.
The first 20 minutes seemed pretty kind of
hectic.
chaotic.
Yeah.
settled down a little. What
Yeah.
did you see kind of change? Obviously, a couple goals helped. But
Yeah. No, they obviously are a good team. They possess the ball well and build well, and they have a lot of individual talent that you don't want to really get stuck 1v1 with. So I feel like we were shifting a bit too late, and then once we got the ball, it was a big transition, and we were kind of playing up and down, back and forth. Obviously, once the couple goals came in, the game settled down, and we were able to control a bit, and we were able to go in halftime 2-1, which was a good situation as a team, going into the break 2-1, and there was good moments as well to finish the game off. But they obviously had their chances as well, and we let them play a bit too much, and they're a good team, so they were able to punish us and get back in the game. Even though I don't know, from the side it looked like it was offside. I don't know what you guys saw. It was close though, right? I don't know. We got to look back and analyze that one again.
Matt, is it it's to have it come down to an officiating decision like that? How frustrating is that?
Yeah, it's frustrating just because we're home, we're leading 2-1, and then it was kind of like a interesting call. There's VAR in MLS, right?
Yeah.
So I guess if they haven't called it, then it must have not been offside.
Yeah.
But those are tricky ones, and hopefully, if we look back now, it was the right decision, and it is what it is.
In the balance of the play, did this feel like a fair
Yeah.
outcome?
If obviously you have to reanalyze the game, but coming off the pitch, you kind of feel like it was a fair game because they had their chances, we had our chances. They had some good runs of play, we had some good runs of play. So. If you look back as a neutral, 2-2 is kind of fair in a sense. So.
And this was obviously you watched the league since you left, but this was your first taste of MLS on the field, except for training this past week. What did you think of the speed of the game in the league right now? The skill level of the players? Do you think there's been a big upgrade in those areas since you came back?
It's tough to judge it after one game. I feel like that would be a good question after the season where I can judge the 10 games. But obviously, I played MLS in the past, and it was always a good level. So I knew that it was always going to improve, and the league is investing a lot in a lot of players now and spending more money, so more quality's coming in. And you can see with Atlanta, I know they spent quite a few dollars on some players, so they're pretty good players, and yeah, the league's growing consistently every year, so I'm happy to be back and be a part of that growth.
I don't know if this is a fair question to ask you, but Pat Noonan actually said that they were told that Gutman's goal was most likely onside.
Onside.
Is that
Most likely? But who said most likely?
The officials.
Yeah, but that's a tricky one because I feel like there should be a definite, with VAR, there should be definite offside or no offside. So I haven't looked back. I just saw the replays, on the bench, but I know we'll see if it's definite or not. I feel like with VAR it should be yes or no. So
I was just curious if you've ever heard.
no, I didn't hear that. Anyways, it's either yes or no really because it's VAR now. So we have all the help in the world. So we'll see after that what happens.
Yeah. How did you feel physically? You kind of were on a time. You were
Yeah.
managed a little bit. I guess that's
to be fair,
tough then to come off.
To be fair, I felt pretty good. We spoke about it before the game, how long I can go, so we kind of had a set limit. But honestly, if I really wanted to, I probably could have went longer. But we were trying to manage my time, so I just got here and had a couple niggles here and there. So I was happy to be a part of the game, and hopefully next game we can close it out and win the game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.